Hi guys, really, it's about 11 o'clock. Just gonna quickly breeze over this because I want to go to bed. Um, so we had a bit of an open up on Market Gap. Markets opened about an hour ago. They instantly shot to where my stop loss was taken 'em. So I instantly closed it as soon as I saw that it closed even a little less bit above. I didn't like the big market open gap. Um, Normally, I'd wait to see if a consolidation appears before I take the option, but due to the big buy purchase in the original and it's sort of a breakout of the little consolidation point that was happening, I decided that it was actually probably better to take my money and then go into the buy. But this is really just to brush up on before, not to be scared of your losses. Okay, so I drew this earlier. If you watch, this goes from the top of where my stop loss was to where I entered this trade. So this was the loss that I was actually going to encounter when I entered this trade. Um, However, as you can see, this market will continue up just because it's a big buy purchase. It'll probably close higher at the tops of this or higher. If you can see that even when I entered this trade about an hour ago, that I have, when it was at the top anyway, which it'll probably push back up to, I'd already gained all of the money that I had lost on the previous trade. So it's just a really quick touch up. Do not be scared of your losses. Your losses will pay you back with wins in the future. This is all that's happened here is we had this loss. I was a little bit bummed out by it. Switched over to the buy purchase, and you can see it instantly went back up to the favour. It could potentially start to fall. Um, this is the game that we always play. We don't know if this is moved by news. Not sure why the market gap has happened too much. Like I say, I'm not a news trader. I have a lot more going on in my life that I don't need to add. Watching news and all the ifs and buts of what could actually be moving this market at this position point. I just like to ride the waves up. So I've taken quite a small, compared to my usual trades, lot size into this, just because I'm not sure if this is going to retract all the way back down and start to sell off again. I'm not too sure. There's a lot of big buy purchase orders, as you can see there. It's just doing big pip jumps. So I took quite a small position. I'll be waiting to see if it comes down for the retest on this level before I have another re-entry, which would be my full lot size. It's all about protecting your capital. I mean, I've already earned back the money that I lost on that previous trade, and I will have earned that back. So when it comes back up to the top here, maybe a little bit higher, I'll probably lock in them at like half the profits and then wait for it to fall back down to then continue. At least then I've safeguarded myself with the previous sell that went against us. Like I say, I think in the last video that I described, I did actually say that I was expecting this to go against me, just for the pure fact that I've had such a win streak recently that it's just bound to happen. It's bound to get a loss. You can't win every single trade. But like I say, it's just to show that not to be scared of your losses. This could easily come against me and cause me another loss, but that is just the nature of the game. It shouldn't do, because it's very, very rare that I get two consecutive losses, but there's a potential that it might happen. So we're just really going to see how this plays out and leave it overnight, and then move on forwards. For anyone that might be wondering, where's my stop loss place now? Normally I go off of here. Well, the fact that it's gone overbought again, and the underside hits here, I have put my stop loss literally to this point, here, which is where my stop loss is currently now at. And the reason that my stop loss is down here is because of two reasons. One, it's below the last overbought. You got now the margin push right about here to where the price point is likely to hit, and two, that obviously we got quite a good solid support zone here. That was a resistance. We got multiple 1, 2, 3 little bounces of consolidation here. We got another bounce here, another bit of a push out to a bounce, and another bounce before it then shot off in this direction. So this is why I'm placing it just to the bottom side of this. Like I say, there's a high chance that it could push against us, that the high chance it goes up. The issue is with these sort of trades, when you come back in and you flip the market, it can go against you either way. It can go in your favor and go against you, which is why it's really, really important to manage risk appropriately. Um, so like you don't get caught out, which is why, like I say, I've gone in with a smaller lot size than I usually do, just because I am at this moment in time a little bit uncertain of where this market's going to go. We could be seeing, at the moment, we could be seeing, if it comes up to here, we could be seeing the highest high that this market has actually ever had. Like I said, this is an emerging currency. As you can see, look, the buy purchase comes straight back up. But it's just to put it into perspective, really, that you don't have to be scared of your losses. I lost on this one trade. when it first went out, I was a little bit bummed out, because I was sure that this was the running out of thing. But obviously, the only reason it's pushed up was a market gap. There was obviously interest to be a buy purchase within this market, which I was unaware of. It caught me out. But like I say, it's not to be scared of it, because as soon as I reverse that trade, I'm going to earn my money back by the looks of it. Adds the loss. If it doesn't, then so be it. We'll earn it back on the next sell trade, or so on, so on. You can't win all of them, and the moment that you start worrying about losing them is when you're going to lose ultimately. These don't feel like you're going to miss out on any trades. Don't feel like this is going to run out one day, that you're going to be doomed and you're missing out on all of it. And you're doing it on a demo account. I need to get to a live account as fast as I can, because what's going to happen is all of this, when I go live, it could change. And you go live and the loss comes in and you start panicking. Like I say, it's never ever be scared of your losses, because this is the loss that I just occurred, and this is now looking like that I'm about to get my money back on the whole trade of what I just lost. We'll see where it sort of come out of. This second entry I got out of at this point, just because where it come up, like I did explain this to a couple of people that are in my mentor program, is that the reason of why I took the second entry out back here and just took the small loss of what it was because where it hit a point of consolidation, I call this a tipping area. It can either push back down to the belows, and if it does, then obviously we're going to see the continuations downside. And if it comes out the top, then the odds are that we're going to see the continuation upside. Like I say, this market is massively overstretched, so this is why I've gone over small lot size on this trade. But like I say, you don't know the future, you don't know what's going to happen. This could keep on going up and up and up, and we could bring in new highs and new lows all of a sudden, and the pattern continuation continues. So that's really just a quick brush up on what I was. I'll probably upload this tomorrow morning, just for the fact that I can't be bothered to sit in front of my computer right now and watch the processing for YouTube and upload and blah blah blah. So I'll probably upload this when I get up tomorrow. So it could be midday, could be afternoon. Depends on what I end up getting up to. But like I say, it's just a show, really, not to be scared of your losses. It happens. No matter how good of a trader you are, you'll always have losses. I mean, there's some people out there earning loads and loads and loads of money, and they'll have 3, 4, 5 consecutive losses in a row, and it's just been a bad month. There is such things as bad weeks. There is such things as bad months. There is such thing as bad trades. The end goal is to be overall positive in your capital and your equity, which is why the risk management is such a key factor within trading. You can't win them all, and like I say, I didn't even guess that this trade was going to go against me last one. Obviously, I'm not going to hold on to it just off of a hunch that my body had. Oh, I've had a fair few wins. I'm bound to be able to loss now. This is probably going to go against me. That's not good enough reason to hold on. You have to trust your strategy 100%, no matter what. So as soon as it come again, then I went to a buy. My stop loss down here, and as we've seen, it's pushed back up. We're starting to get the sellers in, because they're probably the same people that are holding shares around the same sort of edges that I was, and they're now trying to put new sell orders back in. Sorry. New sell purchases back in to try to gather their money back and trying to turn that market into the right side of things. It might start to sell off again. This could be just a news spike. It may not be. Like I said, there's a lot of volatility going on in the market. There's obviously a lot of people out there that know a lot more than what I do going on in this pair. I'm just currently waiting. I've got a small lot size. If it does come to that other side, you can't help it all. Then you'll reevaluate your analysis and then trade off the other end of the side. But what we have seen here is a market gap that pushed it clean through this upper high, and then a big spike. There's a lot of interest coming up, and at the moment, obviously, there's a lot of interest selling. But this selling could be just because obviously the same people that what I was that thought the market was coming down to an overall selling position. Doesn't mean that it will. Doesn't mean that it won't. We'll just see sort of how this market moves and as we continue on. But like I say, that's all it was really. I just wanted to do a quick touch up, show people not to be worried about losing, because you'll always make your money back up on the next trade. Cheers.